How to go from idea to execution in 7 days. Hey, it's Matt Haycox here, and today I'm giving you the ultimate guide to turning an idea into reality in just 7 days. Yes, 7 days. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, actionable roadmap to go from concept to execution. People procrastinate for far too long. They make excuses and they get further and further away from the dreams. Yesterday, I was interviewing an entrepreneur on my podcast who starts a new business every 3 months. I mean, there is no need to complicate things. I've got a clear system and a series of tasks for you here that you can follow in just 7 days that will take you from idea right through to launch. So look, if you've been sitting on a business idea, if you've been waiting for that perfect time, this is your sign to stop waiting and start executing. Day one is all about the research. Before you invest time and money, you need to know if your idea's got legs. And here's how. First, you must identify the problem. What problem does your idea solve? Is it big enough for people to care? I always like to talk about selling painkillers, not vitamins. Think about your idea in terms of being the medicine that fixes your customer's pain. Then go and take a look at the competition. Google your idea. Is anyone out there already doing it? Because competition isn't a bad thing. It means there's probably already demand. Study their strengths, study their weaknesses. What is missing from their offering that you can offer? Now you need to decide what your ideal customer looks like. Who are they? Jot down everything about them. Give them a name. How old are they? Where do they live? What do they do for a job? What does a relationship look like? What does a family look like? What hobbies do they have? Where do they hang out? The more detailed that you can be now, the easier your job's going to be in the future. Pro tip here, by the way, do not make the mistake of thinking that everyone can be your customer. Now, I've done this in the past in my businesses. It dilutes your proposition and it makes your marketing impossibly expensive. Focus is your friend. Day two is all about validation. You need to test if people are actually willing to pay for your idea. And here's how you do it, and it does not involve just asking your mom if she wants to buy your product. First, you're going to create a simple survey. Use something like Google Forms or Typeform to ask potential customers about their needs. Share it in relevant groups or communities. Stick it on your social media. Get it out to as many people as you can. Next, you want to pre-sell. That means getting people to buy before you've even made anything. Now, this can save you a fortune and a lot of heartache, as it lets you find out early on that your idea may not be as popular as you thought. Build a basic landing page with a tool like Lead Pages. Describe your product, describe your service, and add like a bang now or a join waitlist button, and use this to gauge interest. And then you want to test with ads. Take a small budget, literally just £50, £100, $50, $100, and put it on Facebook or Google Ads to drive traffic to your landing page. Measure clicks, measure sign-ups or purchases. And if people aren't engaging, then first of all, start off by tweaking your messaging. But if that still isn't working, then it could be time to rethink the idea. Pro tip again, look for small wins. Don't expect to sell out on day 1 or 2. Even 10 signups or just a handful of clicks can signal that you're onto something. But also, don't think that 10 signups is a guarantee of global domination. Getting that right balance at validation phase is key to profitable success. Day 3. Now on day 3, it's time to create a basic version of your product or your service. And the key here is simplicity. You're not building the final product, you're building just enough to prove that it works. Now, if you've got a physical product, then mock it up with cheap materials or 3D printing. If it's a digital product, create a basic version of it using Canva or PowerPoint or some simple coding. And if it's a service that you're planning on offering, like a coaching program perhaps, then offer a single session to a small group of people. Pro tip, your MVP, that is your minimum viable product, doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work. This is your prototype. It is not the polished product. So day 4. On day 4, you've got your MVP ready and now you need a way to sell it. So let's get your sales channels set up quickly. You're going to want a website. So make it simply by using tools like Wix or Shopify or WordPress, even a Facebook group, just to set up a basic site. Then you're going to need some social media so that you can be pushing your plans out to the world. Create dedicated accounts on the relevant social media platforms and get posting. And finally, start to build an email list. Use a free tool, something like MailChimp, and start collecting leads. You just need a simple call to action like sign up for updates on your website or your social media to start building a data set that you own, you control, and you can market to. Pro tip, don't overwhelm yourself with too many social media channels at this point. Just pick a couple that are most suited to your product and they're where your audience hangs out. Day 5 is a big day. It's launch day, because today is the day when you make your idea public. Don't overthink it. just get it out there. And here's how. Announce it on social media. Use stories, use posts and a live video to share your excitement. Leverage your network. Tell your friends, your family, your colleagues, and ask them to share your post too. And thirdly, run a promotion. Offer a discount or a bonus for early adopters. Nothing complicated, just something like, I don't know, the first 10 customers get 20% off or some kind of exclusive access. Pro tip, make it a big deal. People love to be part of something new. So hype it up as much as you can. Day 6. Day 6 is about gathering feedback and iterating. Now your idea is live and you've settled down from the excitement of yesterday's launch, you need to analyze what happened and you need to tweak where necessary. It's time to listen, it's time to learn. Firstly, ask for feedback. Reach out to these first customers or followers and ask them what they loved, but also ask them what could be better. Have a look at your metrics, your website traffic, your ad performance, your social media engagement. What's working? What's not? Make small improvements based on the feedback. Tweak your product, tweak your pricing, or maybe even tweak your messaging. You know what's coming? It's a pro tip. Do not take criticism personally. Criticism is a goldmine for improvement. Day 7, it may be the 7th day, but this is certainly not your day of rest. You've got a live product and you've got some initial feedback, and now it's time to scale. Set new goals. How many sales or signups do you want in the next week or month? Double down on what works. If a certain ad, if a certain post or a marketing channel is performing well, invest more time and money there and create a content calendar. Plan your social media and your email updates to keep that momentum going. Pro tip, scaling does not mean going crazy with spending. It means being strategic. Grow what works and cut what doesn't. So there you have it, a 7-day roadmap to turn your idea into action. Now remember, execution beats perfection every time. The only thing standing between you and success is taking that first step. If this video gave you the push that you needed, then hit like, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it.
Hey, Matt here. Just interrupting myself quickly to say thank you for listening to No Bollocks. But did you also know I've got another podcast, Stripping Off with Matt Haycox. Very different. No Bollocks is the quick daily business tactics that you need. But Stripping Off, we go deep, deep, deep with a CEO, with a celebrity, with an athlete, with just an international, inspiring character. We find out what makes them tick, we find out how they got to where they got to, and we find out how you can learn and benefit from them too. So jump on over to Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you listen to your content, and I'll see you on a future episode.